Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Ciara from Ciara T Designs, and today I have these really fun alcohol ink cards to share with you, so let's jump right in. So I'm going to start by cutting down my Yupo paper. Yupo is just a plastic e-paper. You could use glossy or matte photo paper as well. I prefer Yupo. I just find that the color moves better on it. That's just a preference, but you can use other substrates if you prefer. So I'm going to cut it down to be 1/4 inch smaller than my A2 base. So an A2 base when scored is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this will be cut down to 4 by 5 1/4, giving me just a nice white border all the way around. I am skipping the black mat for this one. I know that will shock some of you, but I have been trying to leave the black mat off every now and then just to surprise you guys, because I know I get a lot of comments on my black mats. So I'm going to create 3 cards today, and I think that they turned out quite pretty, and I feel like they would be fairly simple to recreate in whatever color palette you prefer. So I chose 3 colors that I just think are really pretty together, but you could really do any colors here as long as you like how they look together. There's no rhyme or reason really to what I've chosen. So I did put blending solution down. I cut that part out because my head was in the way. Sorry about that. You'll see it here again when I show you the next panel. But I like to put blending solution down on the panel, and then I add my colors pretty much 1 drop at a time and build my alcohol inks from there. This gives me the best control for a more whimsical look. That is generally what I aim for. There is no right or wrong. However, I have had people comment, and I think that the easiest way to kind of control your alcohol inks a little bit is to add 1 drip of color at a time, because you can consistently add more color. It is more difficult to take color away, though you can do it. It's just really difficult. So I find the easiest thing to do is to just work slowly and build your layers of color as you're going. So I used 2 pearls, the purple and the green, which are Villainous and Sublime, and then Patina, which is the more tealy color, is the 3 colors I went for. And I'm going to create 3 panels using a different color in the center to kind of create a different look, even though it's the exact same colors. So here you see that I've laid down my blending solution. I did add 3 drops because I'm starting the panel and because I do this all the time, but I would suggest you start with 1 or 2 and then work from there. Be aware that I am going to get a little bit of a muddy color between Villainous and Sublime, and it's just because purple and yellow make brown, and this green is quite yellowish. But I knew that going in, and I was perfectly okay with that tone. I like it. It's kind of a purpley brown, and I think it's really pretty, so I enjoy it. But just keep in mind your color theory if you're going to pick colors for this. I would stick, if you're newer to color theory, I would stick with something like yellow, orange, and pink, or green, blue, and purple. Just be aware that, like I said, my green, because it's very yellow, it is going to create just a bit of an interesting tone in the colors. But there's no, you know what, just play, have fun. I know people get daunted, and that's totally fair, but you're not going to get experience if you don't try, and it's a piece of paper, you know. I know Yupo can be a bit more expensive, but then cut it into smaller strips and play with your colors and see, and if you love it, then die cut it into leaves or something. Just have a play, because I don't think that stuff that gets less intimidating by not trying to, you know, just have fun with the color. So keep that in mind. You guys know that I am a big believer in using what you have in your stash, and also just creating something that makes you smile and you learn. You can actually use isopropyl alcohol and wipe the top of the Yupo and take the color off. That is something you can do if you really dislike the color, but it does stain the Yupo. So it's not actually, you know, cleaning the paper completely, but it is an option if you want to kind of just play with color, and paper has 2 sides. So, you know, keep that in mind and just have a play. So then I brought in a die that I have had in my stash forever. This is the Simon Says Stamp Heart Mandala die. I believe it is still available. And as always, I link everything I've used down in the description unless it's something you cannot get, because you guys know I love to use stuff that's been in my stash forever. So I'm pretty sure this is still available though. And it is just such a stunning die. And you could put it on top of anything. If you're not ready to play with alcohol inks, do a sprayed background, do an inked background, do an inked smushed background, do a watercolor background. It really doesn't matter. Have fun with colors and then get a die similar to this, something that is larger and has a lot of open area, and then put that on top. So I did use my chrome base plate with this because of how much detail is in this die. And you're going to see what I mean here as I actually pop out all the bits. You would have seen it in the opening pictures, but this gives you a better idea. And it does give you a frame all the way around. I'm going to choose to cut off the frame because I don't want to cover any more of my alcohol inked background than what this beautiful die cut is going to cover. But you could actually frame whatever you've worked on as well if that's something you wanted to do. So it's a really cool die, and it's just so detailed, which is why I think it's fun to put something a bit vibrant behind it. I mean, you guys know that vibrant colors are my jam. They're always going to be my jam. It's always going to be my preference. But if that wasn't your thing, you could easily have made like a monochromatic background. Say you use all blues and then put this on the front in a silver instead of white. There are so many ways you could dress this card design up to be whatever you have on hand and make it stylish and beautiful. That would be actually really pretty for a wedding card. If you did, or even like dark blues and then gold for this cut and then have like congratulations, I think that'd be a stunning wedding card. I'm just saying, I end up developing all these ideas when I'm working with stuff, and it's so funny because I'm like, I'm not going to pick it up again now for quite a while because I've just worked with it and I'm trying to work through all of the items in my stash slowly but surely, right? But if you have a larger die like this, bust that out. Try it with colors. Purple would be beautiful with silver. Pink is beautiful with gold. You know, there's so many ways you could create such a beautiful card design with something like this die. So now we're going to trim it down. Like I said, I'm not keeping that frame. So I'm going to cut it where it links to the edge on the design. And then I am going to use my trimmer to cut that border area because I don't want to think a thick border because I specifically have a beautiful alcohol inked background and I want to hide as little of it as possible. So I'm going to bring this in. But if you want that extra frame, leave it. I think that it would really create a beautiful design around whatever color you've added to the background. And of course you could, if you've inked a panel and you don't really love how it looks, die cut it with a die like this because it's going to add so much interest around the area that you probably would end up with a beautiful card design with this. So there's so many things you could do, but I do advise, busting out your inks or your sprays or your paints, whatever you have, and play. I bet you will create some kind of stunning background and then figure out how to turn it into a card later. You could die cut it into leaves. You can die cut it into a shape like this heart mandala die. There are so many things you can do out of just a really fun playing session with your supplies. So please keep that in mind. So then I'm going to go in with my Nuvo Deluxe glue. You guys know I have no issue adding liquid glue to anything. It doesn't really bother me. I don't really care. I know some people find this tedious. Again, it doesn't really bother me. There are other ways you could add adhesive to this, like those, I think they're mini dots or micro dot sheets where that adds adhesive. You could try a Xyron. I almost wouldn't, only because it likes to add adhesive to the whole thing that goes through it. So it would try to add adhesive to all the holes as well. I wouldn't use a double-sided adhesive either, only because you'd have to cut so much of it off. So you waste so much of unless you wanted to do an inlaid technique. See, I bust out ideas when I'm doing this. But if you were that dedicated, like, you're amazing, because I wouldn't do it. But if you wanted to do an inlaid technique, you could do the double-sided adhesive, run it through, hopefully the pieces would stay, and then you could re-adhere them into the panel, especially if you just wanted to do certain areas. Like, you could just do the hearts. Like, there's so many things you could do. So keep that in mind if you're, looking for ideas. But I just used my Nuvo Deluxe. I don't mind. Now I'm going to bring in my holographic cardstock. You could stick with a different color here. I just like the pop of holo. And Aqua is laying above my glass mat as she usually is. So she's just kind of hanging out up there, keeping me company while I create. So you can see her little foot on the desk. And I chose to use the Thanks from the Tim Holtz Handwritten Celebrate die set. This is a brand new die set to me. I didn't own the originals, and he re-released these recently. So this was the set that I got because it has like happy birthday, thank you, or thanks. And I think there was another one that I use quite often, and I thought that would be a fun set to have in my stash. So I did recently purchase that. And then, yeah, I'm just going to once again use my Nuvo Deluxe glue, and I'm layering this up just to give it a little bit more dimension. This card is quite flat, and I wanted the sentiment to stand out a little bit more. You could leave it white, but I honestly feel like you wouldn't even be able to see it then against this kind of light colored background. So I opted to go with that holographic top just because I like that look, but you could pick any color. If you didn't want it to stand out as much as the holographic would, you could use a color that kind of matches the background a little bit, and that would look really pretty. Like if I had brought in, say, like a light purple cardstock or a teal cardstock, that could look really pretty on the top of this card design as well, but I like shimmer and shine, so I went holographic. And then we really only need to build the cards here at this point. So I actually have two kittens here. You can't see them, but you can see Az's tail in the top left corner, and then you can see Minnie's ear and her head. Aqua is nicknamed Minnie, and Azar is nicknamed Mop. Don't ask me why. That's just how it happened. Mop is from, have you guys ever seen... what's that movie with Eva and Wally? I guess it's Wally. And there's a little character in it, and he runs around and said his name is Mop. If you've ever seen that movie, that's why Az's name is Mop. I don't ask me why. I just thought it was ridiculously cute, so that's what I went with. Their like registered names are, or like with our vet and everything, they're named Aqua and Azar, but they're Minnie and Mop, and it's just so freaking cute. Anyway, so they are helping me, but I just use my Nuvo Deluxe glue. This is a tiered flat. You could use some foam tape, add a little dimension, give it a little bit something extra. I didn't feel like it needed it, only because I know that I'm gonna add pearls in the little the top of the mandala with the little circledy bits beside the hearts. There are 5. You guys know I like uneven numbers, and I'm going to add little pearls in there to add just a little bit of something extra because it doesn't really need it. However, everything needs a little bit of embellishment when it comes out of my card making area, my crafty space. So that is what's going to happen, but you could skip that step. You don't need to. And you notice I didn't do splatters on my alcohol ink in this project, only because I already knew that the white was going to stand out pretty beautifully against it, and I didn't want to add more white to the background. So I opted not to splatter my alcohol ink background, but you absolutely could if you want to add more texture. There's so many things you could do here to make this your own, you guys. You know that ultimately my goal is just to inspire you to bust out your goodies and create, and hopefully have a great day doing it. I mean, not every project you're going to make is going to be 100%, and that's okay. I have that too. Generally not super often now because I make cards so much. So you have to think that I'm very practiced, and the more you practice something, the better you get at it. So because I create, you guys know, I create, 2 videos a week. There's 52 weeks. So I create 104 videos a year. So you have to think that I am very practiced in my creating. So, but everybody creates things they're not super proud of. I even do that sometimes. It happens. It's to all of us, but you learn something from it. And that's what's most important. And then you try again, because that's how it works. But hopefully something in this video has inspired you, whatever that is. You should leave me a comment and let me know, because I always love hearing you guys tell me that something I did inspired you, or you're going to bust out a crafty goodie you haven't used in a while, or you're going to try using your inks, or whatever you learned from this video or took from this video is always so amazing to hear. So this is the cards that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you leave me a like, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I want to say a very special thanks to my members. You guys are phenomenal. I couldn't do this without you, and I cannot say how much your support means to me. So if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me your favorite green emoji. We'll go with that one this time. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.